Hi, welcome to mediatorpodcast.com, a podcast and video series about mediation, negotiation, and collaboration. My name is Melissa Gragg, and I'm a valuation expert and divorce financial mediator in St. Louis, Missouri. I am talking to Beth McCormack today, and she's a divorce and family law partner at Beerman LLP in Chicago. And there are so many issues, though, that billionaires kind of fight about in divorce that most people wouldn't even consider. And I think that this is kind of an interesting because, one of the reasons that I really liked when we spoke about this is that you kind of look at everybody the same, like you're just looking at this process, but there are issues that people will fight about a little bit more that might be completely different. And I don't know if there's any that come to mind that, okay.
So, some fun ones that people like to hear about that, just in general, we've got one private jet, we've got 3, we've got 5, whatever it is. Are we fighting over the jet? Are we fighting over jet hours? Are we fighting over yachts? Are we fighting over, some things that are unimaginable to those of us who are grinding it out and working hard every day? And not that those people aren't. But it's just a lifestyle. Sometimes the lifestyles take my breath away, to your point, Melissa. Every now and again, you read a balance sheet and you can't grasp it. But here we go. We have to. And so we are faced with people who are fighting over what food is on what private jet. Is the kid furious because it was peanut butter and jelly sandwiches as they had to take the jet cross country? These are real conversations that I've heard about. Mm-hmm. Well, that's that family's need. I can't laugh at it. I can't make fun of it. That's their need. If it's, the $10 million condo in Florida versus the $40 million home on the Cape, everybody's got their story. And what we try to do is just normalize it. But it can be challenging, and you just have to facilitate the hard conversations between them because it's unimaginable to us, but they need to talk through it. Another issue in billionaire cases is philanthropy. Again, do we divide money and then donate whatever you want to do separately post-divorce, or do we want to do it as a family? Are we a foundation? Were we a foundation as a family before? Is there an emotional reason why we want to stay that? A lot of these people have buildings named after them and museums, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a lot of emotion around naming rights and some things that we just can't grasp.
Well, and I think in a lot of these situations, you're going to have estate attorneys, you're going to have, all of the agreements that could be in place. But in some of these, because you said that a lot of these billionaires are self-made, then, are you really looking at a 50-50 split, or is everybody, because in those types of situations, like if I were the spouse of a self-made and we did it all during the marriage, these are big dollars. Like, are you saying I just take enough, or, do I get half kind of thing? And if it's not self-made, it's another totally different story, right?
And it may be a different story emotionally. It may be a different story legally. If the business was built during the marriage, most jurisdictions consider it marital and divide it some 50-50 and some equitably. The point often is, it's my business. Leave it alone. It's mine. Well, you happen to work it and you built it, but I supported you over here. And so I have rights as well in most jurisdictions that may be different, but sometimes it's the emotional acknowledgement that I did have a role in building our business, not directly, but if you acknowledge my role, I don't know that I need half. I just need to know that I might be entitled to it and maybe I don't want it. You and I talked in our preparation, very often we have to have our own CYA, for lack of a better word, notes from people who just didn't want to fight and walk away from what they might be entitled to. We don't stand in their way. We just have to tell them legally what they're entitled to. And often they choose not to have the fight.